On August 6, 1945, a single bomb killed up to 135,000 people in Hiroshima. The decision to drop it, the debate inside the U.S. government about whether it was necessary, and what happened to the survivors, parts of that story were classified for 30 years. As you consider the devastating impact of this event, you might wonder, what led the United States to choose Hiroshima, a city with a population of approximately 340,000 people, as the target for the world's first atomic bomb. In the months leading up to the bombing, Japan's situation was becoming increasingly dire, with the Soviet Union declaring war on Japan on August 8, 1945, and the United States having already firebombed over 60 Japanese cities, including Tokyo, which suffered a devastating attack on March 9 to 10, 1945, killing an estimated 100,000 people. The Japanese government, led by Emperor Hirohito, was attempting to surrender through the Soviet Union, with Japanese ambassador to the Soviet Union, Naoto Sato, sending a message to the Soviet government on July 12, 1945, expressing Japan's desire to end the war. Meanwhile, the United States was preparing for a potential invasion of Japan, with General Douglas MacArthur estimating that such an operation would result in over 1 million American casualties. Can you imagine the weight of responsibility on the shoulders of the U.S. leaders, who had to decide whether to proceed with the invasion or explore alternative options, such as the use of the atomic bomb? On July 16, 1945, the United States successfully tested the atomic bomb in Alamogordo, New Mexico, with a blast equivalent to 21 kilotons of TNT, and on July 25, 1945, President Harry Truman authorized the use of the bomb against Japan. The U.S. chose Hiroshima specifically because it had not been bombed before, allowing for an accurate assessment of the bomb's damage, with the city's industrial and military facilities, including the Hiroshima Castle, making it a prime target. At 8:15 a.m. on August 6, 1945, the bomb, known as Little Boy, was dropped from the Enola Gay, AB-29 bomber piloted by Colonel Paul Tibbets, and exploded with a force equivalent to 15 kilotons of TNT, killing an estimated 70,000 to 80,000 people immediately. In the following weeks and months, thousands more would die from injuries and radiation sickness, with the total death toll reaching up to 135,000 people by the end of 1945. As you reflect on the sheer scale of destruction, you might ask, what role did the suppression of information about radiation sickness play in the aftermath of the bombing, and how did this impact the survivors and the world at large? The bombing of Hiroshima, followed by the bombing of Nagasaki on August 9, 1945, which killed an estimated 39,000 to 80,000 people, led to Japan's unconditional surrender on August 15, 1945, with Emperor Hirohito announcing the country's defeat in a radio broadcast. The use of the atomic bomb changed the course of the war, saving an estimated 1 million American lives, according to General MacArthur, and leading to the occupation of Japan by the Allied powers, with General MacArthur serving as the supreme commander for the Allied powers. Can you consider the long-term implications of this event, and how it shaped the world order in the decades that followed, including the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers? As you consider the legacy of Hiroshima, remember that the classified reports about radiation sickness were suppressed for 30 years, until 1975, when the U.S. government declassified documents revealing the extent of the damage caused by the bomb, including the fact that thousands of people suffered from radiation sickness, with symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and hair loss, and that the bomb's radiation would continue to affect the environment and human health for generations to come. What will you take away from this story, and how will it inform your understanding of the complexities and consequences of war?